This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Whodini Blak Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeart Radio. And I am your host, Deanie. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, your family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before we invite my guest on, I do want to say, don't lose sight. This is the frequency of the fearless. I'm trying to adjust this microphone so I can get closer, so guys, don't worry about that. Anyhow, yes, welcome to another show. We're going to have an incredible time, and we can't wait to dive in deep with our special guest. Before we invite him on, we just want to say, you know, there comes a moment in every creator's journey when talent stops being enough. The excitement fades, the novelty disappears, the applause becomes inconsistent, and what's left is the work, the hours nobody sees, the revisions nobody hears, the nights spent chasing the sound of filling a vision that only exists inside your head. Some artists are storytellers. Others are architects. They build worlds, they create moods, they create experience and craft it that aren't meant to be explained as much as they're meant to be felt. And tonight's guest understands that language. He started as a producer before becoming the voice on the records. He learned how emotion lives inside melody, how atmosphere can say things words never could, and how confidence isn't always loud. It can be controlled, it can be calculated, it can even be cinematic. His latest release, Hitman, isn't simply a song, it's a statement, a snapshot of growth, a declaration that the vision is becoming clearer. So tonight we're talking about creativity, discipline, ambition, pressure, identity, and what happens when an artist begins to trust his instincts enough to build his own lane. You're not just here for a talk show, and this isn't just radio. This is revival for your mind, body, and spirit. This is Vigilantes Radio Live. My name is Coach Dini, and change is possible. Are you ready?
You're listening to the Vigilantes podcast on iHeart Radio. I'm Mo, founder and owner of Noah Guy Heating and Air Conditioning. We're giving away 12 free HVAC systems this year. And if you or someone you know needs one, apply now at knowaguyhvac.com. To grow this mission, we're also seeking sponsors and donations. So let's change lives one system at a time. This is Vigilantes Podcast on iHeart Radio.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's go.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that is Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeart Radio. And I am your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, spirituality, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Again, welcome to the show. Tonight's guest is representing the DMV. Mohan has been building his artistic identity since first creating beats at just 14 years old, blending melodic trap influences, atmospheric production, and emotionally driven songwriting. He has developed a sound that feels immersive, cinematic, and unmistakably his own. His latest single, Hitman, showcases his evolution as both a producer-minded creator and a confident recording artist. Today, we are exploring the mindset, the discipline, and the creative process behind the music. And with that, let's say welcome, friend, to Mohan. Yo, 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 welcome to the show.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Hey, man, what's happening? Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. So, man, this is a question that we are posing for the month of June. I had to switch it up. It used to be, what's been on your heart and mind lately. But I'm going to switch it up this month and try something new. So, Mohan, man, what question have you been asking yourself lately that you still don't have a complete answer to?
I think one of the main things that, I think for almost every creative person that be running in their head is, how can I improve? And, as upcoming artists, there's a lot of things you look at. It's like whether it's mixing and mastering your sound, knowing how to create your own beats, to how to market. It's how can I, get myself out there? How can I improve my sound? And, every day is almost a lesson every time, I try to put the hours in. So I think on how to improve myself is always, the question I ask myself.
Absolutely, man. Where does a question like that come from?
I think it's a desire that I would say I have of like always trying to be the best at what I'm trying to do, especially things that's a passion, is something that I would want to like fulfill within myself. So, when I come to try out other things, it could be enjoyable, it could be all just a test. But if I am devoting my time, hours, day after day, is that I'm not trying to be stagnant, on a certain stage or level. So that desire is with me to always try to improve myself. So I have to ask myself that in order to see progress, to, see my weakness and the strength and etc.
Absolutely, man. Good answer. 20 years from now, when someone discovers your music for the first time, what do you hope they learn about who Mohan was beyond the records?
Hopefully, 20 years from now, I would hope that my work would set an example as far as dedication, and, actually willing to put work into the things that you love to do and not, just sit around and just pray that something clicks. That's not how I would, imagine life to be working. So is that 20 years from now, is that hopefully when people figure out the songs, is that things doesn't come when you're, just praying for it or sitting, just doing it occasionally here and there. So I think dedication, work ethic, I think that should speak about my character, or at least through the songs.
Yeah, man, I totally agree, man. You just can't wish and pray your way to where you envision yourself for success. You got to put some action behind it.
Right.
Yeah, meet God halfway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to put the work in as well as the faith, So
that's right.
It doesn't work one way only.
That's right. Did you learn that lesson early on in your career, or did that take time?
I definitely would say, because almost 8 years of doing this, I think the beginning of times, as ourselves, it's easy to make, excuses, and say, oh, like when this gets right or when this comes along, I'll do it. So this journey, I think, is thing that, that made it a bigger lesson, because right now, a year ago is when I really started dropping. And 8 years passed, I was just like, oh, I'm learning, I'm taking my time, I'm doing this, but it's easy to make excuses than to actually take action. And I definitely say it came through learning experiences than, from the start.
Absolutely. So let's back it up a little bit. You started as a producer before becoming an artist. How does that change the way you hear music?
I think, as far as producing goes at first, I used to write like lyrics before I used to make any vocals and anything like that, right? And I always had a desire of like, oh, how I want my sound or like the melodies to go, harmony to go. And, I think one of the main things that I took away from, producing, I wouldn't even say I really produced at the time. It was really just, trying to make beats and stuff until I eventually, focused all my energy into, writing and doing vocals and mixing and stuff. But around that time, I think one of the key takeaways was, on how to land on certain pockets, on, how understanding, with certain beats per minute, with certain key minus, what type of things to talk about, what type of lyrics to go on, and etc. And I think when it comes to producing, there was a few takeaways like that had improved my writing style, and even, as being rapping or singing within my songs that made a huge impact.
And do you come from a musical background?
I wouldn't say so. I think the only thing when it comes to that is my dad. He used to love playing the guitar. Here and there I'd be hearing him play the guitar. But I wouldn't say I come from a musical background, except the love I had for music since a young age. Just trying to discover and know every song that could exist. But that's really much it as far as the background goes.
Okay. Your dad was a musician playing the guitar. Did you pick up on that as well?
I wish, man. I wish. He usually used to play the guitar as a hobby, and that is part of it that I see him play the guitar, and that's why a lot of people say that piano, it could really be applied on almost anything it goes. So I try to pick up on a piano, but switch the focus.
Yeah. Does your dad still play?
Here and there actually, yeah. He still does play. Actually, right now he's trying to create a whole book on Ethiopian type of guitar playing sound and instruments right now, melodies. So I'd be sitting right beside him trying to help him out. Also trying to pick up a thing or two, because when you hear other songs from a different culture and stuff like that, you try to understand a little bit more, and it also helps you be versatile. So
yeah. Definitely. Yeah, man, for sure. Have you had Dad on one of your tracks, or envision that one day you guys could collaborate on some music?
Yeah, one thing I do want to do. I have a little bit of a sample that I had him record. He was playing a guitar, and it was a very slow, very emotionally driven type of guitar or instrument or melody that he was playing. So I had that track still on my, one of my files. So one day I'm hoping to add other, drums and stuff and try to actually make it into a solid beat. So one day I can actually hop on it.
Yeah. So you often describe your music as emotion first rather than story first. Like, when did you realize atmosphere was your strongest language?
Yeah, so that actually takes me back again, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Again, I used to just write lyrics after lyrics after lyrics to the point my Google Doc was filling about 200 pages of just songs.
Wow.
But again, there's still a connection that I have with writing lyrics. That's with storytelling, that it actually comes from a certain place. It lands more personally to me, but I saw that other people, it's hard for them to capture how I was writing it or how, I would want them to feel to a certain extent. So once I started transitioning to just more, energetic, even at times I still do R&B and stuff, but more of, again, just words that would land on certain kicks, on certain snares. And when it actually lands on those pockets, it's just more that, people would ride the beat a lot more.
Yeah.
And I figured it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Yeah, and being a producer, I think you have the sweet spot advantage over a lot of artists who don't understand melodies or cadence, structure like that. Musical structure. And you're able to, find those areas where syllables mix with a cadence or downbeat or something like that. Why do you think mood matters so much to you?
Yeah. Again, I think when it comes to, let's just say you are sitting back, let's just say you're on a long drive, going on the highway, just cruising back. And a lot of times, what you see with artists, such as Gunna, Yeat, right? A lot of the times that when you even hear other mainstream artists is that more than the words, there's certain type of groove or, like you stated, cadence that just automatically gets your, what's the word? I would say intuition or maybe emotions that just automatically go with a certain beat, certain flow, right? And it will be easier for people to snap back into it. A lot of the times, even, around 2016, 2018, a lot of people were calling it mumble rap, right? But at that time, a lot of these artists was going platinum because there's a certain emotions that people were just flocking onto, right? So at that time, it could have been just hip-hop trap, right? People were jumping in the clubs or anything. And then there's other times, we have a slow R&B that's more emotionally telling. So I think that's the certain moves that I would describe it and go for it.
Yeah. Are these more so of personal stories or just stories?
I mean, most of the time, I would try to, I would say personal stories as far as when it comes to, again, work ethic, dedication, trying to be, one of one. But then there's other lyrics that I'll use just for manifestation purpose, right? I might talk about cars, I might talk about money, even though I might not have it now. It's also a form of manifestation to me and whoever's be, listening and, singing along in that moment.
What do you mean by manifestation?
Manifestation, I would say, to a certain extent, when you have a vision, in mind, I would consider myself to a certain point where you are believing and you are so confident what, you're saying is that things are bound to happen. So by manifestation, I mean that if I am speaking about, hey, I got $1 million, let's say, you're right, I would be thinking that to a certain point, if again, with work put into it, is that is bound to come. There's no reason for things not to come your way.
I see. So as you're writing these lyrics, you're envisioning like certain points of where life or how life can look and feel to you.
Right.
And you're manifesting those moments.
Given the term checkpoints. Exactly, yeah. That's the term I've been using, the checkpoints in life.
Checkpoints, I like that. And you mentioned too about confidence. So I could see and hear that confidence is a major theme on the single Hitman. Right. Can you tell us a little bit about this record?
Yeah. So as far as the song goes, I actually started recording off of, a day off work. I'm like, man, I'm not really trying to do this, forever. So I was like, I just started opening up beats and I was just trying to go through the cycle. And again, that beat, it was very aggressive hitting, right? And the first thing that I felt, again, is that, damn, like I need to be snapping. It needs to be something that everybody can just jam and bop in their head to. And, there's words in there that I can't put a certain feelings into it, right? And so, like, I believe one of the lyrics is like rubber bands and a sofa, right? It's like, I really don't have a meaning to it, but, even if people be listening to Afrobeat stuff, right? They be making up random words, right? Just because there's certain feelings that you could feel that there's not a word that you could really put to. So I just try to mix up things, try to go with it. And again, a lot of the thing is, again, even in that song, is working hard, going to get to the goal, chasing the money and everything. So that's really how it stems from and about what Hitman is all about.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to play the record right now, and then we'll be right back with more Mohan. Stay tuned.
too much money on.
Big body, Maybach, parked in the zone. Baddie in the back, trying to suck to the bone. Paddock touchdown, we ain't talk on the phone. Hey man, why I gotta be sliding on my own? Pressure on my lungs, on the piece get flown. Paddock on my wrist, got me freezing like chrome. These niggas cap, they be thinking they grown. Bitch, I'm in the field, every play get blown. Pop out the whip, no, talking unless we do deals. Rags in the safe, new hunters, I like them new bills. VV is hit, make her stay like Medusa. Betty from the east, better vibe straight Cuba. Poppin' shit daily, I don't flex on computers. Plug speed codes, gotta talk like a shooter. Rack in the cut, rubber bands in the sofa. Still do the dash, I ain't pulling no over. Big bad whip, got me fly like oak. I don't play games, little bitch, this poker. Pockets on soul, can't fold, got posture. Pull up clean, but I'm still on monster. All black tip, presidential with a chopper. Brand new deal on the crib, need loggers.
I don't do no talking, I just let it be. Pressure in the air, you can feel it when I leave. Rolling through the city, got the daddy underneath. Stars in the ceiling, got me floating out of reach. Stars in the ceiling, got me floating out.
Penthouse views, but I came from the dirt. Put her on wax, every line got work. Bitch think sweet, but her life too cursed. Still hit legs with the seats in reverse. Eyes on my chest, got my heart on freeze. Shooters on go, but they move on keys. I ain't got a flex, but the wrist still tease. I ain't got a post, but the street still Benz 210, can't tell who winning. I've been had niggas since 4-door Civic. Whole lot of racks, no cat, no gimmick. Say with your chest, so don't speak, no sending. Talk like you up, but we know you be capping. I see how you folding. Run up and check, no stack, got the stack, get up, motion, stay going. Eyes on my neck, got me frozen the moment my presence be snowing. I did this shit on my own, ain't no handouts, I build it and own it. They tryna ride on the way, but it's too late, little nigga, I'm floating. Floating too high to reach, I'm in space, they can't track where I'm going. Eyes on no price and a vision, no brakes, I stay locked and I'm focused. They throwing shade, better bounce out of VVs, my neck really glowing. Count up at night, hear the money, keep talking, that shit keep me going. I love it, love, now they watch how I move, every step feel heroic.
All right, welcome back again. That was Hitman by Mohan. I like that record. I like the feel of that. You know, you think when you first hear it, it may be like shallow, but man, once you start going, yo, it's a dope record. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and bring them back. Hey, welcome back. Yo, so you spent a considerable amount of time testing the mix across different systems and things of that nature. During this whole creation process, man, like walk us through that. How does your mind work when it comes to putting a record like this together?
Yeah, this is, as far as this is the first song on the album goes, right? And it's the most recent song that I worked on. And most of the time, my brother can be telling me this, I work very linear, as some would say. So I really try to go line by line, and either I try to write it, or in the moment, if I could freestyle it, I could freestyle it. And the first aspect of this song, actually, I had it done in like 2-3 days, but I was very stuck on the second part of the song with the second verse, which I, brought the bridge back again and again, but, it wasn't really fitting right with me. So again, I try to go to my car, try to hear on my speaker, on my phone, on my earbuds and stuff. And then I was like, I just got to re-record it. By the time I re-recorded, I really, what you heard now, I think the second verse was just sitting well. I think a lot of people could relate to, half of the things that's being said. And I was like, I think this would probably be the go-to as far as it goes. And it's just line by line, either freestyling it. I can't skip to the second part of the song and then come back to the first.
Man, you got a crazy work ethic, but it seems to work for you. It seems to be a formula that you have honed and perfected because it show up in the work. How you just take it from mix to mix, making sure that this sounds perfect on this particular medium, and make sure this sounds good on this particular medium. That's very impressive, man, and it says a lot to your work ethic and how you want to be translated when it comes to the listening experience. So, man, if success arrived tomorrow exactly as you imagine it, what part of your life would change?
What part of my life would change? That's a good question. I think the main aspect is, I think, free time. And I think, success, when it comes to success, I would imagine that, money will come in, obviously, right? And with money, you get a lot of freedom. And I think with that, I can put more hours into my passion, right? Put more work out, be more dedicated, more time and everything. And then on top of that, help the people around me, I think that would be the number one thing that my life would revolve around if it comes tomorrow.
What part must never change?
So what part must never change?
Yes.
I think the passion. I think, again, passion is, if I would say I would lose the passion and let's say that changes, I think, what I'm trying to do or what I've accomplished for the past 8 years would basically amount to nothing. So I think the passion should not change because a lot of time and effort and dedication has already been put into this, even if it's not to continue on, let's say making 8 hours of songs every day, but I think even it should still continue as a hobby. I think that's what must not change no matter what.
Yeah. All right. Where can our listeners connect with you on the internet and check out more music?
So on Spotify, Apple Music, on every platform, you can find it under Mohan. And then the album Checklist, Hitman being the first track on the album. On my Instagram, you can find me at Mohan, MOHAN.13 or 1.3. Sorry about that.
It's all right. And we will have the links in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click the links. Mohan, if you could leave our listeners with only one message about life, maybe about purpose, or even pursuing their vision, what would that message be?
The message would be is that, you only got yourself as far as it goes. Yeah, there's people around you, but if you are not wanting what you want, whether it's creative, whether it's career, whether it's dream, anything in life, is that if you just take, a step by step every day, is that you are bound to get to that place. As long as you still have that mindset of still, wanting to reach that, if you still have the desire for that. Besides, having, working towards a certain goal, the other thing I would say is just to be kind to everybody around you, to love everybody. And I think the number one key of life, I think to enjoy it is to be happy. And I think that would be my message.
Hey, man, that's a good message, and I totally agree. All right, guys. Mohan reminded us that great art isn't always built on having all the answers. Sometimes it's built on chasing the right questions. His journey from beatmaker to artist demonstrates the power of patience, experimentation, and trusting your instincts long enough to develop a voice that belongs only to you. So make sure you guys check out Checklist. Be sure to stream Hitman. Follow Mohan's journey and keep an eye on what's next as he continues building his sound and expanding his creative vision. Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and don't lose sight. My name is Coach Whodini, and you've been listening to Vigilantes Radio Live, the frequency of the fearless. We appreciate you, Mohan.
Hey, thank you for having me once again, man. Have a good day.
Yes, sir, man. Take care.
What if the thoughts you keep to yourself are the exact things everyone else is feeling too? That's the idea behind the powerful podcast, Say It Anyway, with Corey Prophet Boyd, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Each episode discusses real-life issues, grief, anxiety, relationships, mental health, growing up poor, finding joy, surviving the hard times, and the conversations most people are too afraid to have out loud. Hosted by nationally board-certified certified massage therapist and multimedia professional, Corey Prophet Boyd. Say It Anyway blends humor, heartfelt storytelling, and real-world insight in the conversations that remind listeners they are not alone. Say It Anyway is funny, emotional, relatable, and deeply human. Listen now on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Say It Anyway with Corey Prophet Boyd.
Peace to all. My name is Whodini, and I am the host of Vigilantes Radio Live. I think that we are beyond just asking cool questions and getting cool responses. I think that we are here as creatives to provide an example that you can do things different outside of expectations, because some of us simply were not born into the club, but there is perhaps a door, window, or back gate that we can leave a clue for you to get into. Life is short, but there are plenty of moments to try and get it right. Pursuing your dreams and learning from mistakes may be tough, but regret is tough. To book your interview, email us at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That's a V as in victorious. Or visit onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm counting on you. Heaven, we all are counting on you to step into your purpose and your passion. You are listening to Vigilantes Radio Live on iHeartRadio, providing you with an opportunity to dive deeper.
Every line got work. Bitch think sweet, but alive too cursed. Still hit legs with the seats in reverse. Eyes on my chest, got my heart on freeze. Shooters on go, but they move on keys.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Whodini Blak Reynolds. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com.